and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be working on a Faber-Castell Polychromo drawing because it has been a while since I've used my pencils and I just really fancy doing a drawing. So let's get straight into it. I've got this 24 set of Polychromos by Faber-Castell that I'm going to be working with today. I have freshly sharpened every single one of the pencils so they are ready to go. This is the only set of Polychromos I've got, so we'll see how this goes. Now you might know that I really like to draw food or sweets and candy, so in today's video I'm going to be drawing a couple of gummy bears because I just thought that this would be quite a fun little drawing to do. So I'm sketching out with my coloured pencil because I don't want to be able to see any graphite pencil pulling through in my colouring pencils because sometimes you can see that coming through. Then I'm going to just fill in both of the gummy bears with a very light layer of red and yellow. And for this, I hold the pencil quite close to the end because this is going to give you a really light pressure and it will give a really even layer across your entire drawing. So I have created a very light layer base for my drawing so far. I'm then going to layer up in some areas with darker tones because it's going to be really important for my drawing to get darker variations to make it look 3D. So I'm using a variety of my colouring pencils to achieve this 3D effect. For the yellow gummy, I'm using light yellow glaze, cadmium yellow, a dark chrome yellow, burnt ochre, and I'm also using a white pencil. And I'm just adding really light layers and going over the top of my drawing until I'm happy with the outcome. By doing light layers, you can then vary up your tones gradually and also achieve a really natural blend with your colouring pencils. I use the white pencils for some of the highlights, however I find that with the Polychromos they don't show well on top of your layers like the Prismacolors would, so this is something you might need a gel pen for to achieve those bright white highlights. Now I recently bought this Prismacolor blending pencil and I thought I would try this out in today's video as well. So it is a colourless blending pencil and I found that it worked really well just to blend all of my colours together. It isn't a solvent based blending tool, so I have used the Zest-It blender tool before. However, this one is just a colourless pencil and I did find that it worked really well. However, some of the colour pencil kind of lifted and created a little bit of a dust on my page after I had blended. So just keep that in mind if you purchase this colouring blending pencil. I will link it in the description box below in case you are interested in purchasing this one. For my drawing today, I did take photographs of the gummy bears before I started, so that's one of the top tips that I would recommend, is take some photographs to work from for yourself rather than finding images online, because this is going to really help you with your compositional ideas and just give you a lot more to work with. Or you could even draw from life as well, because this is really good practice for your drawing skills. And it's something that I always recommend my students do at school. Now I am back at school, the summer holidays have finished, which I'm really disappointed about, but I did have a really good summer. Let me know in the comments what you have been up to over the summer. Did you go on vacation? Were you on summer holidays? Were you working all summer? Let me know in the comments. So as you can see, I have lightly layered up my dark tones so that I have achieved a 3D effect with the form. And then I am using a blue pencil because I don't know about you, but I absolutely love using a bit of blue to show my dark tones. It's one of my absolute favourite things to do. Rather than using a black, I really do like to use a blue pencil. Now onto the red gummy, and for the colours that I'm using on this one, I have chosen dark cadmium orange, pale geranium lake, deep scarlet red, magenta, and also a dark red. I'm also using the white to try and blend out some of my highlights too for this. So just like I did with my yellow gummy bear, I'm lightly layering up my different reds, and I'm going to do this to try and achieve a realistic blend. So really light layers, and then once I'm happy with it, I am going to burnish over the top of it. So I'm going to choose a slightly lighter one of my colours and then blend all of those colours and layers together with a slightly heavier pressure. And that way I'm going to achieve a really nice finish with my drawing. I've been thinking about creating some prints of my artwork, so of my food series, and also I've really wanted to start creating a series on plants as well, because I really do enjoy painting houseplants and sort of just greenery and wildlife. So that is something that I'm definitely going to be getting sorted in the near future. Let me know in the comments what you would be interested in seeing in my prints, as I would love to start up my business and be able to work as a full-time artist. So it'd be really good to have some input on what I start with first. I'm going to start working on the faces. Now on the gummy bears that I worked from, they didn't have a whole lot of definition on their faces. So I was using the Haribo gummy bears, and on the photographs it just didn't pick up any definition of their faces. So I'm having to kind of make this up ever so slightly. So I'm just trying to think of a 3D form on how that would look on a gummy bear. And sometimes your drawings go to plan, sometimes they don't, sometimes it's just trial and error. So we'll see if this turns out any good or not. Let me know in the comments what you think of the gummy bears. And again, I'm just using those same colours to achieve that natural looking tone of those semi-translucent gummy bears. So trying to show the light coming through and the different variations of red. Once again, I just use that blue pencil to create my dark tones because I just absolutely love it. I think it finishes off the tonal values of this drawing really well because it just adds a little bit more definition to those dark tones and it makes it stand out that much more. I then started working on the next gummy bear face, and again having to make this up because the gummies that I had just didn't have that definition, and I had to think about the angle of this one because it was more of a straight on view. I often get comments asking whether or not the 72 pack of Prismacolors is enough pencils for a drawing, and honestly I manage so well on a 24 set of the Faber-Castell Polychromos, and I have to say that they are my favourite colouring pencils that I own. I really do enjoy using the Faber-Castell Polychromos and I couldn't recommend them enough. I will leave a link to them in the description box in case you're interested in purchasing them, because I do think that they are a way better pencil than the Prismacolor. I'm now adding in a little shadow so my drawing doesn't look like it's just floating in the middle of the page, so I'm grounding it on the paper, and again I'm using that blue pencil to create my shadow with, and I did add a little bit of yellow and red to my shadow to make it look like some of that colour was bouncing off onto my paper. for your bright white highlights, I do recommend a white pen, and I've got two. I've got the Sakura Gelly Pen and also this Faber-Castell bullet nib pen, and I've got the 1.5 nib. But for this drawing I used my Gelly Pen because I do find it's a lot better on top of my colouring pencils. It works for me a lot better. So it's just a really good tool to have to get those bright white highlights in on your drawing. And I just add the white pen wherever I can see any natural white highlights. I had such a good time creating this video. I absolutely love using colouring pencils. Let me know in the comments what you think of my drawing. Also, make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of my future videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!